Hi, Todd. So welcome and thank you so much for your time. This is our team and we are blown by your results and we would love to just ask a few questions.
Yeah,
How are you
sure.
doing? How is the coaching and stuff like that. So can you just please introduce yourself to all the people who will be watching this video and then tell us what you do and how you help people.
Yeah, so I am a real estate finance and investment lawyer who also specializes in mentoring real estate investors to grow and scale their portfolio using other people's money. So that's kind of my niche. I've got my own law firm. I run a firm here in Atlanta. I've got 25 staff members, 13 lawyers. We have a big operation. We close deals all over the world and sort of started this coaching mentorship program, community program on the side, just after clients and colleagues have said, you should mentor students. And I've got my own portfolio as well of up to $75 million worth of assets. And so I'm a deal lawyer and I'm a deal maker at the same time. So I think I'm in a unique space though, because there's a lot of real estate mentors out there but not anyone that I've seen that actually has a law degree that's actually closed these transactions and knows how to actually structure them. So I've been getting a lot of good feedback from that perspective.
Amazing. Love that. And then could you please describe your point A? So before you joined the coaching, maybe revenue-wise, followers, so any numbers you can give us.
What'd you say? Point A?
Yeah, so like before the coaching, what numbers did you have?
Well, I didn't have any. I didn't have anything. I didn't really have I wasn't on Instagram at all. I had a personal account. My firm had a small account, but I wasn't using it as a business tool. I was posting a lot on LinkedIn, just kind of, I think LinkedIn gives you more professional credibility. And so I had a decent following there, but it was really just to kind of spread my name as as an authority in the space from a legal perspective. But actually a buddy of mine started doing it on Instagram, and I thought, well, hey, I can do that. So really, before Instagram, before I didn't have any clients or followers. I had a couple hundred, but nothing outrageous. Yeah.
Got it. Amazing. And then could you please just share your point B? So right now, maybe I can share your account if you want to kind of guide us through the numbers or the revenue and clients that you got in the past few months.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I haven't um, actually, I've made $93 so far. So from 0 to 93 is pretty good. I've got one paying community member, but I've got a lot of traction. I had 115 people register for my first webinar. I think 40 or 45 showed up, and of that, 20 joined the community. But I made the community membership for that first webinar free, just to kind of get some names in there and get some people in there, so when people see it, they don't think they're the only one. So that was certainly good. And so we do live Q&As every week. And I haven't actually, and I actually probably need to go to your offer workshop, Elena, is what I've been told, because I haven't actually been able to, I've sent out probably 6 or 7 invoices for the coaching. I don't know if it's my process or what, but people just fall off. They don't respond. They don't sign the invoice. They don't send in the funds for the coaching. So I haven't actually been able to land any coaching students yet. Maybe that's me. Maybe it just takes some time. It's only been a month that we've been doing this, so I'm okay with that. I think it'll just take a little bit of time, but the account has grown exponentially. So that's really good. I'm really excited about that. I've been getting a lot of traction, a lot of calls, a lot of leads. So that's the biggest thing. I've been getting, even if it's just Zoom calls with, and the good thing for me is it's kind of a double-edged sword. I'll take the coaching clients, but then a lot of times I'll speak to people and they're like experienced real estate investors, and I say, okay, well, look, here's the law firm. Let's work together, in an attorney-client relationship. So either way, it works for me when I get to meet new people through Instagram.
Amazing. And then right now, I just kind of double check the account. So it's at 12.9K. Is it correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you joined with like a few hundred, you said.
It was probably, I think, 1,400. Now a lot of that is, I have been continuing to pay and boost some ads, just because Courtney was like, if you stop, sometimes they'll punish you. Instagram will punish you and they'll make you want to go buy ads because you've been buying ads for the last month or so, and if you stop, the account may not do as well. So I have continued to boost, but yeah, it's been growing like crazy.
Amazing. So kind of point A and point B comparison from the numbers I've got is you started with like 1,400 followers. Right now you're at 12.9K. And then so 21 members for the community. They're supposed to pay like in future months when they join and when you create this membership, and you're getting basically more leads. We just need to help you with the offer and sales a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I think, yeah, exactly. The leads are the biggest, that's absolutely from, the program and just, having people reach out and comment and things like that. And the freebie from the free webinar is really a good way to get. I mean, I'm doing another one actually next week, the same one. And so I've got like probably 40 people signed up for that so far. So yeah, I think it just takes time, but I need some help with the conversion of like getting them. I need to sell them as hard as Charlie sold me on you guys. He wouldn't let me get off the phone until I paid by credit card. So maybe I should do that.
Yeah, we have workshops on Monday and Friday from our coaches. So Mitch is actually one of them. So he's here on the call. And yeah, one of my clients, he went from 0 to 16K in a few weeks just by attending those. So no worries.
Yeah, the offer workshop or
the sales.
Sales workshop, yeah, that's what I need because I've found I've struggled to find my voice when talking to the clients because I feel a little torn from, am I trying to sell them my legal services or am I trying to sell them my coaching and mentorship services? And so that's been, and I kind of listen to hear what they're saying. Like I talked to a guy yesterday and he wanted me to help him like raise capital. He's like, I don't need a mentor. Like I need help on my deals. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I can help you that way. So it's a little bit different, but I could use some help on that for sure. So the sales workshop, I'll go to that.
Oh, Monday to Friday. We'll be waiting for you.
Awesome.
And then what about the leads? So before, like when you had 1,400 followers, how many leads were you getting roughly a month?
None, zero. So the leads have definitely increased exponentially. That's the biggest benefit. I'm not an online, seller. I don't sell anything online. I mean, I have, I don't have any retail traffic in my law firm either. I mean, it's all just client referrals, it's big companies, it's things like that. So I've got, my originations in the revenue in the law firm are like, 3.5 million personally, but I don't do any of that business online or through Instagram, through lead generation. And so going from 0 to, I probably have 20 or 30 leads. Right now you can mark the DMs as leads in Instagram, which I found that to be very helpful when you have conversations. And I've got an executive assistant in the Philippines that will reach out to clients on Instagram or reach out to followers. So that's been really helpful too.
Amazing. And then how many sign-ups? So last webinar was like 115, and then this webinar is already 14 people.
Yeah, it's at I think 40 so far. Double check. Yeah, I think it's at about 40.
Cool.
And it's the same one. And then, I'll just probably keep doing these, monthly on various topics. I actually did a story on Instagram, said like what should be the next topic for next month, and had some feedback on what people would want to hear. Yeah, it's at 43 now.
Love that. So is it the first time you're launching the webinar, like the from the coaching?
Yeah. Last month was the first time that I ever did a webinar like that.
Amazing. 0 leads to 150 in total registrations for the webinar.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? I mean, through this, now all of these individuals are now in my MailChimp account and in my email marketing. That's another thing I wanted. Mike uses email marketing. I mean, I get his emails every day. And so for these people, they're now going into that funnel as well. And so, there was those that they signed up and they didn't attend. So I'm trying to reach back out to them to see if they'll attend in July. But then, and then also I just need to think of a strategy of how to convert them into the coaching program.
We'll definitely do that. You can, join my offer and then we'll crush it with sales.
Okay.
Love that. And then for the next part, so what was your kind of feelings or why did you decide to join? So what made you sign up? Why did you, I don't know, not want to do it by yourself? Why did you go with done for you? Do you like editing? Have you tried it yourself? Like what are the feelings or maybe frustrations that you had before the coaching that we are helping you to solve?
Yeah. I was trying to when Courtney was describing the different types of buyers, I was trying to figure out what buyer I was, if I was like an emotional buyer, or if I was like an analytical buyer, if I just, and I didn't really shop any other coaches. I think I just saw one of his posts and was like, I'll go with this guy, And I didn't really think I mean, honestly, like I have a friend that's doing it in a similar space. And so I was like, well, hell, I can do that. And so I just started kind of doing it on my own. And I was using he's got this video editor. I think he just graduated high school from San Diego. And it was like $20 a video to edit it. And so I was using him, just kind of doing my random content. He kind of gave me some ideas on hooks and whatnot. And then I thought, I just thought it would be good to kind of make a concerted effort. And I'm definitely keeping track of like how much I've paid so far, and then hopefully I'll turn profit here, in the next couple of months, which I'm sure I will. But I think, yeah, just your question was kind of what made me go with you guys.
Yeah. So just like any problems you want us to solve, and then maybe you tried it yourself. So like you had this guy.
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I tried it myself and realized that I'm sure there's a lot more that I could be doing and that I don't. And then after getting into, y'all's program and kind of going through all the workshops, it's like there's so many little details and nuances that I had no idea about. So it's been very helpful.
Amazing. Good. And then Mitch, can you just give me a quick permission to share the screen? So I'm gonna kind of highlight.
Yes.
Feed them.
All right. There you go. Yep.
Cool. Yeah, so you're talking about this one. It's like just posted yesterday already.
Yeah.
Almost. Cool. And then just growth in the month's time. So yeah.
Yeah. Great. And the what do you call it at the account optimization? That's it. The account optimization, that was super helpful, figuring out how to optimize that account.
Mm-hmm.
I've changed it a couple times. I just revamped it with Courtney's input. I think, Mitch, I went to your workshop and it was good, but she reviewed it and was like, oh, it feels intimidating. Like you need to tell people what you're doing. So I changed that top line, which was helpful. And then I still need to clean up some of the highlights because there's like old content in there. I just never knew this about Instagram. I never knew I'll go to someone else's profile and I'll start looking through their highlights, but I never knew like how important it was. If you have like a lot of these events are outdated, so I need to change that and fix that.
Good. Cool. Well, after the months going viral, getting more than 10K followers is pretty great. So what would be your advice for people who just joined? So like, let's imagine we just have a client who just joined, maybe with the same package, maybe something else. But what should they do? What should they focus on? Or maybe they should trust us or recommendations? Like, what is your number one advice for someone who just bought the coaching?
So I would say, trust the process. It's not somebody who's, I sometimes am fond of immediate gratification, which a lot of people probably are. So this is not a get rich quick scheme. You got to put in the work to get the following and grow the following and whatnot. But I would say, I would advise people to definitely trust the process, trust the coach. And you can make changes too. Like my industry is a little niche. And so like my social media manager, she's good, but sometimes the content she creates, I'm like, I wouldn't say that, or I would say it differently. Or like, she'll say something that's just irrelevant to what I'm doing. And so I'll just change it. And I'll just, I'm not afraid to say in Telegram, like, hey guys, we're going to change the content of this because this is more applicable. So being able, and they've said, yeah, absolutely. You're the expert, change that around if you need to. So I would say, don't be afraid to just put in your own thoughts and criticism and expertise.
And then what about just like one last thing for me? What about the people who are just thinking about joining? So it's like, they're on the edge. They think maybe it's a good investment. Maybe it's not. Maybe they're comparing different companies. What's your advice on that?
Yeah. Well, every Olympian has a coach, right? I mean, every athlete has a coach. Every almost big CEO has a coach. I mean, there's life coaches. Like it's not you need, if you're getting into something new, like for me, this is brand new. Like I wouldn't be able to do this without a coach or without a team behind me, you know. So, you know, that's probably the biggest benefit for someone who's thinking of this or thinking of getting into this or using a service like this. It's just, you know, if your time is so valuable to be able to, especially the Done For You program, like every Friday to have 14 new posts ready to go. All I got to do is walk around the house and shoot. You know, that's very, especially for someone like me who's, you know, executive or run my own law firm. Like I can't do this all day, every day. It's been very helpful.
Amazing.
Wisdom right there.
Thank you so much.